Hey, what's up guys? It is your girl, Coach LeighAnn, down here at LeighAnn Fitness in Plainville. I'm bringing you yet another video, just instructing you and informing you on just everything that has to do with your body. So today's video is actually pretty quick. I just want to kind of reiterate some stuff to you that we talked about in the past. In particular, what we're talking about today is activation exercises. So we talk a lot about mobility, we talk about stretching to lengthen muscles, we talk about foam rolling to mobilize them, things like that. We also talk sometimes about activation, but a lot of people forget that piece. So I want to reiterate the importance of that to you. So today specifically what we're talking about is actually activation of our rhomboids in relation to shoulder problems. Whether shoulder pain, shoulder limitation, shoulder mobility, whatever it is, to help create more mobility and less shoulder pain. So what we're talking about specifically is internal rotation kind of in that shoulder. So sometimes in our warm-ups we do our S mobility and we do it on the floor. We're here, we come up, we have one hand that comes up, one hand comes down. We try it out on the other side and we may notice that one side is worse than the other. So just so that you can kind of see me a little bit better, internal rotation is on this arm versus this arm. So we talk about the bottom arm, whether or not it's internally rotating. So if I come a little bit closer to you, my internal rotation on this side, we can see that the shoulder stays nice and neutral. My internal rotation on this side, we see that my shoulder gets pulled forward. Now a lot of that has to do with tightness that happens in the pec, but as much as we want to mobilize and lengthen the pec to make sure that it's looser, we also need to make sure that we're strengthening the muscles on the back, the rhomboids, so that once this is loose and it's not pulling me down, I can use the strength in my rhomboids to pull back. And this is super important for everybody. So whether or not you've noticed that you have significant internal rotation, most of us spend our time sitting at a desk with our shoulders internally rotated. So this is huge for a lot of people. So I'm just going to show you one really quick activation exercise. I'm not even going to show you how to lengthen or mobilize your pecs because I think you guys already know how to do that. What we're going to talk about is band pull-aparts. So we do this in our on-ramp sometimes and for good reason, for this exact reason. So whether or not you're at home and you have a band at home, if you're in the gym and you want to do a couple sets before or after the workout, if you know you're going to work and you're noticing that this is starting to happen more and more, maybe while you're at work, you've been sitting at your desk for an hour or so and you're going, man, like I'm doing a lot of this, I need to work on strengthening my rhomboids to keep my chest up nice and tall, whatever the case may be. Keep this stuff in mind. So this is super simple. We can do this anywhere. Hands are in front of our chest. We lock out the arms and then we pull the band midline of our chest. Then we let it come back together. So I don't want my elbows to bend because if I'm trying to extend from here, I'm going to wind up using my triceps. When what I really want is this very small muscle group between my shoulder blades. So it's really the exact opposite of midline of my chest. That's what we're going for. So it's super important that we don't let the band come any higher than midline because if I'm pulling anything higher than that, that's when shoulders are coming up into the neck and we're not strengthening the rhomboids anymore. In fact, we're creating more problems. So keep the band nice and low on your chest. And again, we can do a couple sets of say 10 reps. Make sure that we're under control and make sure that we're not letting the hands slam together, that we're under control because that lengthening piece is really important too. We pull, contract the muscles, give it a little pause, control back in so we get that isometric as well as that eccentric in addition to the concentric portion of the movement. So go ahead and give that a shot. If you have a question about any of this stuff, let any of your coaches know. Otherwise, I expect to see you doing this in your next class. We'll see you guys later.